How are we doing, folks? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin, and I have a special guest today. Back after a year, it feels like it's, a year's gone by and no time at all has flown by. But James Jardine of Witches Hammer and Assimilation. Welcome back to the channel, my friend. It's good to have you back. How
Hell
you been?
Yeah. Pretty good. Dealing with this fucking bullshit as much as we can.
It's
pretty funny. All these other bands are like, oh, we can't jam. We can't be in a room together. And then it's just like we put out 3 albums collectively between 2 bands. It's just like, all right, good luck with that.
It's just the longer it goes on, the more fucking stupid it gets, isn't it? And it's just splitting now, isn't it? There's the true believers, and then the.
This is how contagious it is. We do double duty on Sundays, Assimilation Jam and Witches Hammer Jam. We have the same drummer. So we did Witches Hammer Jam. And then after that, we did Assimilation and Witches Hammer Jam. And then it turned out that someone on our drummer, fucking Steven Shaw, got COVID from someone on his hockey team. He had COVID the day we jammed together in a small room for 5 hours. And no one else in the band's got COVID. Sounds pretty contagious, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
With no mask for 5 hours. I'm just like, all right.
I've heard of a family all do tests, and the eldest son has come back positive, but the whole family stayed negative. It's just, we're straight into the controversial subjects already.
Well, it's kind of. Like, you ask someone how they're doing these days, it's like, well,
you can't talk about anything else, can you? Yeah. It's just like there's.
Well, I train at I work as a personal trainer right now at a gym, so I kind of, they're pretty lax there, which is nice. I don't have to fucking wear a mask when I go in and out and anything. If you have to wear a mask when you're actually working out, like I had to do that for a while. Fuck, I almost passed out a couple times, man. If you can do that perfectly fine, you're not training hard enough. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's just, but I don't know, pretty much in the past year, I don't know. I don't think I was doing this last year, but I kind of pivoted away because I saw what happened in COVID, where they can just take away all your, your income and your fucking livelihood. So now I'm trying to make it. I'm all independent. I don't work for anybody. I'm a personal trainer on my own. That's my own thing. And then I move things on eBay and Amazon. I sell comic books, action figures, video games, books, DVDs. Yeah. So pretty much all around me is just collectibles that I sell and buy and sell things at garage sales and resell them on eBay and Amazon and locally. And then I train people. And then I do some auction house and, a bit of crypto and stuff like that, because I'm trying to get the fuck out of, being able to be screwed by the government being like, you can't do that. What you're doing, you can't, because we said. It's like, that's some scary shit, right? So, yeah. But if there's anything positive out of this last year, I learned not to put all my eggs in one basket anymore.
Yes, I think that's something we could all take from it. Is regardless of where you stand on certain things, I think we should all learn to be a little bit more self-sufficient, get some more basic day-to-day skills, and as much as it's a pain in the ass as it is here in the UK, we've got nothing compared to what you guys have been going through with Justin Castro, so to speak.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
What a dickhead. He's got some nice hair, but my fuck is he dumb. Like, fuck, I just can't believe some of the stuff he says.
Yeah. Yes, it's scary. It really is. I mean,
isn't it funny?
Is it as bad as it seems as well, where you can't even get on a train now without showing a pass? And
I don't know. I haven't been on a train or any type of transit. I don't really go to bars. I've had to show the thing one time, but yeah, I don't know, man. It is, yeah. When it all went down, I don't really post about this shit on Facebook very much. I think it's like politics or religion. Keep it to your fucking self. I don't fucking care. You shouldn't even be allowed to ask if someone's vaccinated. It should be their fucking own business.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Business. It's like fucking walking up to someone being like, hey, are you on steroids? Like, what the fuck is it to you? You know? Or this whole thing where like you need to be vaccinated so my vaccine works. That's like the same thing as being like, if I'm on steroids, you need to be on steroids or my shit ain't working. Like, it's the same. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense, you know? So it's just like, I don't know. Most of the time, I don't even care about it. But I did a post the first day we had the vaccine passports out here about this is something. I didn't say this is bad or good. I'm just like, this is a fucking bad, like, pretty slippery slope we're going on. And like, all of a sudden, no one comments on my shit that much. All of a sudden, 200 comments, people arguing. I didn't even get in there. I'm just like, cool. Everyone's arguing in the comments. I'm just like, have fun. It's just like, all right. And then I post some fucking band shit. What do I get? 20 likes, 2 comments. Like, oh, it's not negative. You can't argue, right? Oh, something creative I worked on. Fuck that. You know, like, oh, but something the government. And to be honest, a lot of this stuff doesn't really affect me much day to day. I do everything the same. All I do is I fucking wear a stupid little mask when they want me to. I probably wouldn't even have to do that if I wanted to be really, you know, but it's grocery stores I'm going into a lot. I go to Toys R Us and places like that to buy toys, right? It's like, I don't want to fucking piss off normies all the time, you know? It's not really my modus operandi, pissing off normal people, but I don't know. I think a lot of people are just really scared for whatever reason, but hey, what are you going to do, right?
Yeah. Like I say, I was out with a friend the other day where we didn't we agreed on a lot. We disagreed on the finer details, but it was good to have a good conversation and hash stuff out. And at the end of it, just go, you know, we're cool though, right? Yeah,
that's the normal response. Yeah, but a lot of people, I've heard of people like families being like, you know, that's it. Like, don't
families breaking up and
one band in town, I'm not going to say who, one of the members quit his band because one of the other members wouldn't get vaccinated.
Well, you've heard of another
pretty heavy band. Metal, eh, dude? Yeah. That's pretty cool. But yeah,
again, I look forward to the day when this is something you don't have to talk about. And secondly, it is becoming it's more and more becoming a subject that it's hard to agree to disagree on. So it's nice when you can find someone where you can.
Did you see the new South Park? I thought the new South Park was pretty great with that.
I've not watched South Park in God knows how long, but my eldest son has just started getting into it. So.
If I could give you a recommendation, just watch the COVID specials.
Yeah,
there's fucking 3 of them. There's the one when COVID first happened. Then there's a vaccination special, and then they just did the post-COVID special.
Yeah,
and it's like they're reading the newspaper. They're like, finally, COVID's over, and it's 40 years in the future, and they're all old now.
All right.
Yeah. So it's pretty funny.
My eldest son's 11, and he's just discovered South Park.
South Park's like the greatest. Like, you know how me and you, we're counterculture. We don't, you know, we're not worried about who we offend. We'll fucking say whatever. South Park has always been that.
Yeah.
Since I started watching that shit when I was 8, and it was just like nothing has ever been off limits. And no show does it like that. They come in on a Monday, write the show for Monday, Tuesday, start scripting it Wednesday, animate Wednesday, Thursday, shipped on Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone else that current with fucking animation, right?
Yeah, but it's just good with it's just funny because I've not seen it in so long. And then my 11-year-old will go up to my 6-year-old and be like, kick the baby. I've not heard that in
that's like 20-year-old that's like 20-year-old humor. Yeah. Don't kick your sister.
Yeah.
Spreading love all around. But yeah, I recommend it. You can bond with your son over some heinous comedy.
Yeah, I've got to be careful now and then though for some of the stuff they do talk about. You know, is it the film? He was talking about watching the film, and it's like his mum's in a German Scheiße movie. I know you're not ready for that.
It was probably more heinous in the 90s than it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you
Saddam
start from
Hussein
the
and
start,
Satan, like,
hey, well,
I
at
have
least
you.
at least he's going to learn it sometime. It might as well be from South Park, right?
Yeah. So let's talk some metal. So we've got a
Yeah.
new album, Witches Hammer.
Yeah.
Regular viewers have seen the video, the review. If this is your first video, go back and check out the review. And yeah, like I said in my review, it pretty much picks up where the last album left off.
Yeah. People seem to be digging it. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone in the band doesn't know what the fuck is happening with this release. It's fucked. You know, compared to the last album was done properly. You know, everything out at the same time. This time we were told December 23rd it's dropping, and then all of a sudden we look on the Bandcamp and tapes are out and people are buying tapes. But then the digital wasn't up yet. And then a week later digital's up, but we don't got CDs or vinyl.
Yeah.
And then saying vinyl at the end of the year, we don't have any merch to sell locally. I don't have anything. I don't even have it. You have a copy. I don't. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't even have a fucking
Yeah, I ordered
album.
this on Bandcamp and it said it wasn't being shipped until the end of December. I thought I was going to probably get it in January. And it turned up like in a week. So some of the stuff I'm ordering from other countries is taking forever.
So we just kind of like, we were like, I don't know what's going on. So, you know, I have a bit of a background in marketing. So we just fucking cranked up the fire. I made a couple videos and then we just fucking hit the ground running and started marketing over the past week. But so I guess we're, you know, the album's out now, I guess. I don't know. It's just fucking botched. I don't know. We just kind of did damage control. Not too stoked. But
yeah,
people are digging it. That's nice, you know. But we do have a show coming up too. It was booked before COVID and then got kiboshed and now it's back on. It's actually pretty sweet. It's a Vancouver show, but it's Razor, Exciter, Sacrifice, and Witches Hammer.
Oh fuck yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking sick. I can't wait to play with Razor, dude. Razor's like,
yeah,
you know, top. I love all those other bands, but Razor is just like, that's the one.
I had tickets to see Razor in London, and that was going to be their first ever UK show. And they got cancelled because of the coof. So I don't know if they'll reschedule that at some point. But that was one of the few that was actually cancelled because what you normally got was, oh, we're going to do it in a year and then another year. And I was going to see
this happened to my buddy's band. Do you know Traveler? Have you heard of them? Calgary?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay, a couple of my buddies, there's two bands, Traveler and Riot City. They're both from Calgary. They're both kind of more heavy metal, Judas Priest type of stuff. But they kind of blew up over the past couple of years. So they did like a Euro tour. And then they were going to do another European tour. And my buddy Nolan from WMD was going to cover drums for Traveler. And I don't know if that tour is happening anymore because for obvious reasons. Omicron Percy I ate. But I don't know. I don't really get into all that fucking conspiracy Epstein stuff, but it's a little bit too convenient with the whole Omicron, with the Epstein. Like, I don't even fucking watch that stuff. And then other people are like, have you heard about that? I'm like, oh, that is pretty fucked. But there's no such thing as conspiracy theories. There's never been a conspiracy in the history of the world with government. So yeah, I'm completely confident that everything.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? Because it's a conspiracy theory, but conspiracies are meant to be secret, but none of it's secret. It's all out there.
I like how all of a sudden the government during this was like, yeah, aliens are real. They've been here for a while. Everyone's like, okay, but COVID though. It's like aliens, dude.
They actually admitted UFOs. Yeah, I saw that.
No one gives a fuck that alien. How many people have been killed and gone to jail because aliens? Like, you're crazy. And then COVID's out. I don't know one fucking person, not one, who has had long-term complications from this. I live in Vancouver. It's not a small city. I have a lot of friends, extended family. I don't know one, not one. Maybe a week in the hospital. That's it. One person I know. That's it. But now aliens are fucking real and no one gives a shit. But people care about something that, I don't know, kills people. I haven't seen it yet. So I'm just going by. But it's just fucking. I don't want to get too sidetracked again. But Yeah, but
we came
we
straight
do have
back
a
to
whole.
it.
Yeah, we do have that Razor show coming up. That should be pretty sweet. Other than that, I don't know. We didn't really have anything else. Back to the album though. Yeah, yeah. We just kept writing on this. This band's really cool because in Assimilation, I'm not gonna say that I write everything, but I do. So it's like
It's not that I write everything, just no one else does. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I'm not going to pretend like my drummer does a lot. We workshop things, right? We workshop ideas. We write stuff as a band. And on this new album, my bass player has been there, like the new album that's going to be coming out for Assimilation. So now it's getting more like that. But a lot of the time, like the last two albums, it's kind of like me with ideas. Here's the song, we play it, and then Renee or whoever's on guitar shreds a lead over the top and maybe put some fifths over some stuff. But it's pretty much just me. Where on this album, it was a lot more of a band effort. Not saying like the first Witches Hammer was too. Like obviously Marco writes a lot of the stuff, but we all had some input on that. I wrote a little bit on that, and but yeah, on the new album, it was just a lot more of like a band, like the big like doom metal riff that opens and ends the album.
Yeah,
right.
Devour.
That was one of mine. I was trying to go for like a Candlemass type of thing with that, and yeah, so it just worked as a good. And I had the idea like deicide with the closing of the gates when it starts and ends. Like, you know what I mean? When it starts and it opens the gates, and then when it closes, the gates close. I always thought that was cool, so we kind of wanted to do that idea for this. And then and then like for instance on Devour of the Dead, the title track, I wrote the middle part, and then we tried to toss in that Hellhammer part. But yeah, it's just it's been a lot more of a creative writing process or shortening stuff up. We don't really fuck with the legacy songs, right? So Marco obviously had a lot of songs from the demos in the 80s, right? And we kept those, we can't really change the structure or the timing on those because that's the song, right? People want to hear that. So we didn't fuck with the legacy. Don't fucking worry. Oh, and a big disclaimer, because fucking, if you want to piss Marco off, make sure to tell him this. People go up to him all the time. They're like, or they don't go up to him, but they message him like, why are you re-recording songs? And he's like, they're fucking demo tracks. They were on demos. They were never officially released. And they're like, no, you're re-recording songs. It's like, motherfucker, you don't know what a fucking demo is? It's a demo. It's not an official track. And then I saw we got this, it's New Wave of Thrash or whatever YouTube channel to put our the new album up on YouTube. And one of the comments is like this fucking album's awesome. I've been listening to these guys for 40 years. That's their second album. And someone else is like, no, it's their third album. It's like, what? So that compilation that you pulled out, they were trying to say that's our first album. A compilation by a
3-hour one as well. So your first album's a double album, that's nearly 3 hours of content. Yeah. So, as if for people that
disclaimer.
I mean, I might be guilty of this, but it wasn't intentional. But I did actually say, look, Rabid Captor, Final Storm, and Stretching into Eternity are on this. Yeah. But they've been re-recorded, so to speak. Yeah.
But that's not an official album. Like that's not
first album. I think
those are all off like demos and EPs. Like an EP is not a fucking LP. Like I don't know why this has to be explained. And something on a demo is not an official recording release for the LP. So stop fucking messaging Marco that shit. I don't want to hear about it anymore.
But the people that are complaining about that, so were you there at the time as well? Did you have that original demo? Was you there gigging, like seeing the band play and that,
Well, it's just funny. And then another one of the comments is like, this isn't thrash metal. It's just like, what the fuck is it then, motherfucker? Like fucking disco? Like what the? what?
You always get that as well. Oh,
and I'm just like,
technically speaking, it's kind of death metal.
Witches Hammer was around before, I wasn't alive. I wasn't even a fucking twinkle in my daddy's eye, right? But Witches Hammer was around before the term thrash metal was coined. Back then, it was called speed metal, right? Which was pretty much just heavy metal cranked up in speed with a bit of hardcore elements, right? That was kind of speed metal, right? And then eventually the term thrash got coined. So this is fucking thrash metal. Like it's like the division between speed and thrash is such a fucking, you can get fucking blue in the face arguing that fucking stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
But it's just fucking dumb trying to put stuff into little boxes. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of death metal elements to this, right? But there always has been, right? Ow. Like if you want a controversial fucking opinion right now, I think Hell Awaits is probably the first death metal. Fucking sue me, But and I think Show No Mercy.
You'd have a point.
Think that Show No Mercy is a speed metal album, and it's also the best thrash metal album. And here's another hot take: Rain and Blood is the best album ever to give to a new metal fan. Like it's it's not my personal favorite, but I think it's the best metal album. Like if I had a 12-year-old kid come up to me right now and be like, "Hey, like I'm looking to get into metal, where should I start?" Rain and Blood.
Rain and Blood, yeah. Rain and Blood, Master of Puppets, yeah.
Yeah.
And
if you don't like, but I think even Rain and Blood is just like half an hour, no bullshit. Because if you give them something like Cannibal Corpse or Deicide, it might be too much for them, right?
Yeah. No, this is why I like getting you on, because we can talk about stuff like this. I've said this in the past. My favorite thrash metal album is Dark Angel, Darkness Ascends.
I've heard that before from
but same as you, for a 12-year-old, all right, metal, where do I start? I wouldn't give him Darkness Ascends. It'd blow his head off.
It's a bit too chaotic.
Do Rain in Blood, then move on into. And not only that, a lot of people, when they go, Rain in Blood's overrated or Rain in Blood, it's like, yeah, but it's all right for you because you've heard Rain in Blood 1,000 times and you're sick of it. But it's not,
Well, it's like this, man. If they weren't as big of a band as they are, like if they were more in like, I don't know, like a Tankard type of category where not everyone knows Tankard. I think Tankard's fucking awesome, but not everyone, they're not even close to as big or well known as Slayer. If the tables were turned, Rain and Blood would be like this, like cherished, like that's such a good album. But because everyone knows Angel of Death, everyone knows fucking Raining Blood, they've been beat into the ground. They were in Guitar Hero 2 for fuck's sakes, and Grand Theft Auto Vice City and shit. They're big, right? But that's another thing too. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, that was a game changer for me. I played that when I was like 12. I don't know if you ever played that, but that was like, they had this one channel in it called V-Rock, and it had Raining Blood, it had Peace Cells by Megadeth, it had 2 Minutes to Midnight, Iron Maiden, fucking, you got Another Thing Coming, Judas Priest, Bark at the Moon, Ozzy, like all that stuff on a radio station, and you're driving around in the 80s. Like, it was just like, that's the fucking, that.
Yeah, the only Grand Theft Auto game I ever had was the original one on the PlayStation 1.
I played the shit out of that.
When it was that's the only one I ever had. I never had anything past PlayStation. The last game I completed was Metal Gear. I say it's the third, but I think there was 2 that was on like 8-bit. But it was Metal Gear Solid. That was the first Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, well, there's like there's Metal Gear, then Metal Gear 2, then Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there was Tekken 3, Metal Gear Solid, and I think Medieval. Did you ever have a game called Medieval? Yeah, that was the last games I played.
But if you wanna, I don't know if your kid plays video games, but you gotta make him play Vice City. He'll be a better human because of it.
Yeah, all right. I'll have him.
Like the voice acting in that
shooting
game too.
Prostitutes and.
Yeah, like I'm having a brain fart now. Who's the Ray Liotta is the main voice of the guy you played, Tommy Vercetti, and you're pretty much like, it's pretty much like a Scarface type story. You go up through the thing, but just you're in 1986 in pretty much Miami, and you're driving around in cars, doing stuff, doing missions, and all the radio stations are like 80s, right? So, but I have quite a love for just really bad 80s music, I guess. You know, like I like
we all do. We all do.
College.
You know,
Yeah.
I love some of the first CDs I ever bought were 80s, you know, soundtracks.
Yeah.
And the first CDs I ever bought was the Lost Boys soundtrack. I still got it now. Yeah, everyone likes a bit of 80s.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's like that game. That's probably my favorite game ever. But because there's no other game that puts you in the 80s like that. I wasn't there to experience it, so I got Grand Theft Auto Vice City though.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I never got the PlayStation 2. That was when I sort of cut off and stopped playing games. And now my boy's got the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
He's on Fortnite. He's normally playing that with other kids in his class. So.
Yeah. You know, it's not the worst game ever. I have played it, and I could totally understand playing it with your buddies. But there's way better games out there, yeah. But
I'm sure, but
yeah, you can become a little millionaire playing that game though. So who am I to talk shit? Fucking kids, making multiple millions of dollars playing that fucking game, dude.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I hope he figures out how to do it. So.
Yeah.
So
I heard about this one family that it was like a mom and her kid, and the mom let her kid drop out of school because he made like a couple $1 million playing Fortnite. Why would you keep your kid going to school if he's making millions of dollars playing a video game? Fuck school. You know,
you see these YouTube channels now. The dad's playing with the kids.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The whole family's playing the game.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the video, you can buy merch from this family. This family just sits around playing games with each other all day.
Yeah.
And they've got this house that looks like something out of the Kardashians.
Yeah. It's a wild world we're in now.
And there's me trying to fucking do this bullshit with my metal collection. And
yeah.
Man, I should have been a fucking gamer.
You just need to buy some fucking NFTs, man. Go buy some pictures of fucking little fucking monkeys for fucking $50,000 in Ethereum and fucking flip that shit. That's the world now. But yeah, it's fucking crazy shit. But anyways, before keep having to do this, but yeah, like the last album was great. We got Lucas to do the album cover again. Yeah. It's the same artist that did the first one there. Yeah, he's the Assimilation artist too. He did Laws of Power, and then he did the illustrations on our second album too. Yeah, on that. That was actually colored by
that was the first
Mark
album.
Richards from Heavy Hand. Yeah. But yeah, and then so the coloring on that was kind of spearheaded by me. I don't know if you know Spawn from the 90s. Yeah. So Spawn #1, I kind of wanted that coloring. Just a shameless plug of the coolest thing I own, probably. See that?
Yeah, I've got a couple of Spawn comics just down there, funny enough. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, this thing's $250. He's an expensive little boy. Yeah. But like that type of color, the green.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted on that album cover, right? So, but I like how it worked out. And yeah, fucking, I just wanted it to look like 90s comic book, right? As you can tell, big fan of the 90s comic book shit. And yeah, I think the album turned out well. We're already working on the third album, actually, which is going pretty well.
The third Assimilation album, yeah?
Third Witches Hammer.
Yeah. Oh, Witches Hammer. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's all good. Like the third Assimilation album's pretty much done. We're just trying to work out everything kind of in between guitar players a little bit right now. Don't really know what's going on with that, but we'll figure it out. We're talking about doing a Violence cover too.
Yeah? Which song? It's something off the first album, I suppose. But
World in a World, you know, off the second album.
Oh, really?
Probably Engulfed in Flames, actually, I think we're going to be doing. It's either that or Immortal Rights, because we used to cover Immortal Rights, but I always like doing off the wall kind of covers. You know, we did King Diamond. I like who the fuck has ever done a violence song, right? But I think it'd be a good
Stamping Ground did. Have you ever heard of Stamping Ground? British band?
No.
Yeah, they did a split EP towards the end, and they did I think it was let me quickly look it up. You'd like Stamping Ground, actually.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I'm a fan of the name, but
well, it's like a
like hardcore in them.
Yes, they were hardcore, and then went on to be like thrash later on. So sort of thrash influenced hardcore. Stamping Ground's more like a it's a bit of a.
It sounds like they wear boots like Dayton's.
Yeah, it's like say you move away and then you come back and you visit some old bars that you went to. You go, I went back to my old stamping ground.
That's what I'm about to do this. Yeah. I'm going to do that this weekend. I'm going back to Alberta.
Yeah, they did Calling in the Coroner on.
Okay, that's like my favorite song. That's awesome.
Yeah, they did a split EP with a band, and they did a pretty good. It was all covers. They did a Bringing It Down by Judge, Calling in the Coroner Violence, Malfunction by Cro-Mags.
That's weird. They did a bunch of hardcore covers and then Violence. Yeah. That's weird. I guess Violence kind of has that weird crossover a little bit, but
yeah, I'll have to check out their I would say the best album. It's one of the best British albums. Is Carved from Empty Words.
One of the best British albums. That's a huge. That's quite the claim.
Yeah, definitely, man. Especially in I always think of them as thrash, but I even got corrected by one of the band members. He's like, no, we're a hardcore band. Thrash influenced, yes, but our thing was hardcore. But yeah, the opening track, Officer Down, fucking amazing. Mid-Death Crisis, yeah, it's superb album.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, fucking. But yeah, so we're working on the new Witches Hammer album too, and I think we're 2.5 songs in right now. But it should be pretty interesting. The first song that we worked on, because we kind of have the third Assimilation album done, and I had a bunch of kind of unused riff pieces, right? And then we kind of, I don't know, like the new Assimilation is a lot more speed metal-y, you know. It's kind of hard to be in a band without it kind of bleeding in, right? Like there's still a lot of fucking straight death metal shit, but you know, we've always kind of been kind of on the edge, right? On the razor's edge, so to speak, between those two worlds. I always wanted it like that. But but on this new album, I had some unused like total speed metal riffs, and I showed them to Marco, and he was like, that's some fucking pretty fast shit. I was like, yeah. So we kind of put everything together, and we made probably we had goosebumps the first time we played this fucking song. And we were all like, holy fuck, that's it. It's probably one of the fucking hardest songs I've ever had to play. Like we got done it, Marco's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? But it's pretty much an Assimilation song, kind of reworked right into Witches Hammer. But it was cool. We wrote it as a band. Me and my drummer kind of knew some of the riffs already, and then Marco had some ideas, kind of tweaked the riffs, tremoloed a couple parts that were down picked, and then changed some parts, chopped the fat, and added a solo in. There's even like kind of like a Voivod part in the middle that I wrote, where Marco plays a lead over it. People are gonna be like, "Whoa, that's cool!" But it's fucking cool, and yeah, I think it's gonna be the album opener we've been talking about. And then Marco has a new song that actually I think the old Witches Hammer guitar player Mike Death. I think these are some of his old riffs from back in the day. I don't think they were ever used. So, but he's kind of in the picture a little bit still, so that's cool. And yeah, some stuff. I don't know. They had a band called Odds Crypt back in the day too,
right?
Where I don't know if they had any recordings, but they kind of used a bit of that too. So it's like Odds Crypt and a bit of Witches Hammer and stuff. So, but yeah, it's coming along pretty good. Totally writing it as a band too. Just it's pretty much just Marco, I, and my drummer just in a room tossing riffs together. Then we kind of record it, lay some vocals down, listen to it. Yeah. But we're not afraid to be like, that part fucking sucks. Cut it. Right? If it's not fucking, you know. We're out there to make the fucking fastest, most heinous, fucking craziest shit. You know, this shit ain't for fucking normies. Like fucking, you know, this is anti-government. Fuck you. Don't tell me what to do. Play fast. You don't like it. Get fucked. Go lift some fucking weights. That's our fucking attitude. You know.
Yeah.
We are not trying to make music for. We don't give a fuck if anyone likes it. We're just putting it out. Right.
That's one thing as well. It seems like you've got a good little working relationship, and there's no ego in the band, because there's nothing worse than you saying, look, that's not working, and then they take it personal, and that's when the band starts getting fragmented. If you go when you trust each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes time to build that trust, for sure. Like when I
excuse me, but yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, like it took a bit of time when I first joined Witches Hammer, right? But yeah, you just gotta, you know, it's like anything else. You gotta prove you want to be there, right?
Yeah, and when someone says, look, that riff's not good, that's not being a dick. That's, you know, you both want what's best for the song, and you know, and why lie?
Yeah.
You know, it's so for you to get to that point where you can just say, look, that's shit, and then okay, cool, and then you just go into something better. That's priceless, being able to get to that point.
I think one of the things too is always, it's like a compliment sandwich, you know? Like, I like that riff, but it's not working, and here's why, and here's what I think will work better.
Yes.
Right? You can't just be like, that sucks. That's fucking dumb. Right?
Well, that's constructive criticism, isn't it? That's the
well,
look,
that's the thing.
That's not working, but maybe do this instead, or offer an alternative.
Right? Like in personal training, you got to get clients. You go walk the fucking floor. People don't want to talk to you. Hey, let's say someone's bench pressing, but it looks fucked. They're going to hurt themselves. Hey, dude, that's some good weight you got on there. But why don't you try doing this, because your form's a little off? Try an arch here. Try that. And then they do it, and they're like, holy fuck, that actually worked. They're like, yeah, now give me money.
Yeah.
Right?
Here's my card. Yeah.
That's kind of funny, too, because I think Witches Hammer I don't know, there might be maybe another one somewhere, but, you know, name me another band where you got two personal trainers in the band.
Stuck Mojo, maybe.
Yeah.
They look like weightlifters, didn't they? I think Rich Wald was.
I don't even really know that band.
He was married to a professional wrestler at one point.
Ooh.
What was that album cover where they all had the belts? You know, they like the title belts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, some of those guys look pretty big.
Yeah.
I've never listened to them.
What was it? Diary of a Hitman, something like that.
Okay. Yeah, they're all in front of fucking like a bench press, and but he's got a world title belt on. Pretty cool.
I've got a CD here somewhere as well where they all looked. I can't find it now, but yeah, there was an American band where they're all a bit. Yeah. All the photos, it's all close up and all a big shoulder.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another thing as well. I've not coughed all day, but I've been talking to you and I can't stop coughing.
Give me COVID through the screen, dude.
We'll have to wear masks for the screen. Yeah.
That's what Fauci said, and I don't know if you heard, but he is science, so. And he did not participate in any gain function research.
Yeah, he is. His name is holy, and you do not question anything he says.
He's like Jesus, better.
Yeah, but what you mentioned earlier is what was it? Walking that line between death and thrash. I've said that in the past as well. Is for now that's sort of my favourite style. Is the bands
I feel like Witches Hammer does that a lot too, right?
Yeah. Bands like Demolition Hammer, the first couple of Malevolent Creation albums, Solstice, Morbid
my
Saint.
favorite has been probably Massacre is my favorite from France.
Yeah, I think I've got there. Here we go. Yeah.
Enjoy the Violence. Fucking, that's the one. Yeah.
That's the one in the middle there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to that not long ago. Actually, awesome.
Like, that's the best album cover. That is such a sick album cover.
I think we mentioned, didn't I? I think you was wearing that T-shirt when you was on last. I've got that somewhere.
That's what I want to go with for the next Assimilation album, something like that.
What? I've only got these 3 albums. Have you ever heard anything? I think they did like a 4th and a 5th.
I think that's it, man. I don't know. I'd have to double check. But...
Yeah, look on. I think this is the original 3, but then I think there was. I don't know if there was lineup changes, but there was a 4th. None of the artwork is anything on par with these 3, though. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, they probably did the whole thing where they do some fucking bullshit albums after. Oh yeah, the bullshit albums. I haven't heard them, but they look kind of stupid. Yeah, like total 90s. Like, what the fuck is that? Tic-tac-toe on a guy's belly button. You see that shit? The album after that is 94, and they're playing tic-tac-toe on someone's belly button.
Yeah, it was
fucking stupid. But 90s thrash for you. Mid-90s thrash. It's pretty funny because didn't they call the album before that Signs of the Decline? Yeah, there it is right there. Signs of the Decline was you guys in the 90s. But yeah, but they're one of the best. They've always been one of my favorites. And Devastation, fucking Idolatry.
Idolatry, yeah. Yeah, I've got an awesome edition of that on vinyl, Repulsive Echo.
Yeah,
where they
I love that. That's a wicked label, and
you pull the frame out, so you got the artwork on its own. So you got the green frame around it, so it pulls out like that, separates, and then you got
that's I don't know how to say his name. Costas.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sent us some stuff for Demigod one time. We did some reviews. I
remember the video. Yeah.
He only puts out awesome albums too. That guy has good taste. Like he did the Inveracity and fucking couple of the Morta Scald albums.
Yeah, I did the liner notes for Surface. Yeah. Did 2 Malevolent Creation albums, Envenomed.
Yeah, the first first way I got into him was they did the re-release of Oppressor, the first album. So I got that T-shirt over there, but that actually that's like back to Assimilation quick. Like that was like our big every jam on the first album. We listened to the first 2 Oppressor albums on our way to jam. I was like, this is what we're doing. That's what we were trying to do on that album. But
yeah, they're awesome, that band. The main guy in them, Tim, he's just announced he's got a new death metal band in the works.
And then they went and did fucking what are they called?
Soil,
yeah. That's whack. That shit sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever. They wanted to. I saw an interview with them, and they were like, "Man, we did this death metal stuff for so long, put out some good albums. We fucking made nothing." And they were like, "I want to actually make some money," and they did Soil, and now they don't have to have real jobs. And I think they made. Probably,
you looking for they put like a compilation, and
I got that the James Murphy fucking remastered.
Yeah, but you see like fucking Nile are opening for them at one point.
Yeah.
And it does make you wonder if they stuck at it,
they probably would have been one of the fucking. They probably would have been one of the Titans.
Yeah.
I've been saying I think they were one of the earlier tech death bands. Like
especially that third album.
Yeah, like they weren't. Oh yeah, like they. But the guitar production on that album is fucking shitty though. It's so thin. It's whack compared to their first 2 albums.
Yeah.
And they probably have like one of the worst album covers ever on their second album.
Yes. Well,
total like mid-90s.
It looks like something out of Doom.
Graphic design. It's like that one Monstrosity album cover. In the church, I think it's like
in Dark Purity. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fucking wicked album.
It's an amazing album, but yeah, the album cover. I've got a T-shirt of that though, but it's kind of become.
It looks like art from like Diablo or like fucking Baldur's Gate or something from the.
Yeah, it's like what was that Born Again album? Born Again by Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah.
It's a crap album cover, but you end up loving it.
Microsoft Paint. Yeah. The most because Black Sabbath's my favorite band ever, and I've been telling everyone this. The best non-Aussie album, you know, after like I even like Technical Ecstasy a lot, you know. Never Say Die as a couple, but like the best non-Aussie album is Seventh Star, is it, or Sun? Seventh, yeah. I think it's Seventh Star, right? It's supposed to be a Tony Iommi solo album. Oh, that's 10 out of 10 album, man. Like, you know that
fucking amazing album. Yeah, I just did a let's talk about.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a Tony Iommi. It was just supposed to be Tony Iommi.
It was meant to be a different project, yeah.
Yeah, but like Danger Zone on that's some tasty shit. That's even better than Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone. They should have used that shit.
That and my favorite on that one is Angry Heart.
Yeah. They got some fucking cool stuff.
I love that organ on it. Dun, 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 dun,
yeah, it's
bam, 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 and that riff fucking cuts through.
Glenn Hughes on that too, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like I don't, you know, I like Dio, but Glenn Hughes, that's my favorite. That's my favorite non-Aussie performance and album. Probably get some flack for that, but I don't give a fuck.
No, see, it's a brilliant album, and a lot of people don't like it because of, but like I said in my video,
he's a fucking. Apparently, they had to tie him to a chair so he wouldn't do a bunch of drugs and get drunk before the shows. That's fucking awesome. Like he's just tied to a chair.
It says in his book, in Tony Iommi's autobiography, that he was getting sober at the time.
Yeah.
And apparently he was getting he replaced his addiction for alcohol or whatever else for Mars bars. Apparently he was eating Mars bars like there was no tomorrow.
Just puts on like 20 pounds.
Yeah. And but apparently he recorded those albums pretty much in one take.
Yeah.
He basically sat on a stool with a microphone and just belted it out.
Yeah.
And the producers went, just sing it all the way through one more time, just in case.
Yeah.
So, and unless it was maybe like I forgot a word, let's start again, something silly like that. But he said it was one of the quickest recording sessions he's ever done in his career.
Sometimes you just get fucking guys, man, where it's just like, you know, like that's like the bass player in Witches Hammer or in Assimilation. That guy's fucking crazy. Kyle's on the next level, dude. He fucking our shit ain't easy. He came here, recorded it all in one take, and left. It was just like, you are like me and our like recording engineer were just like, the fuck, just like smoking weed, just like, what the fuck, you're crazy, dude. You know, like I'm definitely, you know, not really one take wonder, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of funny too. Like we were talking about, I posted that thing about the Punisher yesterday, right?
Yes, we was going to talk about that, weren't we? Yeah.
My whole house is just Punisher. Like Punisher's back there. I got two here. I had his first appearance too, Spider-Man 129. It's off getting graded. It's like a fucking $1,000 comic, I think. But yeah, Punisher is probably one of my favorites. It was pretty funny because just a couple days ago, like we have like a band chat for Witches Hammer, and Marco was like, okay, like who's better, Judge Dredd or Punisher? Go. And I was like, what the fuck? And they both, Marco picked Judge Dredd, and I was like, no. I don't know how you would feel about that though, because Judge Dredd is kind of a local legend, right?
Yeah, he's British.
He's a hometown hero.
Yeah, Punisher was my favorite growing up. I did get into Judge Dredd around the time a little bit. I was aware of him when the Stallone film came out, but the Stallone film was sort of like a catalyst for me really getting into him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Punisher's always been a favorite of mine. Here we go. I'll what are these here that made their way in? Yeah. I don't know if these ones are any good for you, but let's see. I've got part 2 and part 3 of when he teams up with Captain America.
Okay, yeah.
This is Punisher the Narm. I don't know if you heard of that.
Yeah, it's actually like those. I think it's 51, 52, 53. It's the origin of the Punisher's skull. I've been trying to find those, but I think it's 53.
I
Explain
think
where the skull came from.
I got out of touch when it came to comics ages ago, but I always kept them for my son just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want these, I can send these to you.
What's it called? Punisher. You're what?
Euro Hit 94, The Return of Rapido.
I've never even seen that. Crazy. Punisher Annual.
Empty Quarter. You heard of that?
Oh, that's a cool cover.
This was probably, this is one of my favorites. Ghost of Innocence, Part 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
You read that?
No.
So you got a guy, he hijacks a bus full of kids, and the Punisher tries to stop him, but fucks up, and it crashes and kills the kids. So Punisher has to hunt him down and kill him to make up for it. Pretty good towards the end, because when he finally tracks him down, shoots him, and he falls on a train track, and he just lets the train go over him.
Oh,
but all the way through it, the ghosts of the kids are haunting the Punisher, and then when he gets swept up under the train, that's when they fade away, sort of thing. They're pretty dark now, I think of it, but yeah, they're pretty cool.
That sounds very 90s.
Yeah.
Haunted by the ghosts of children until he squishes a guy with a train.
Eye for an Eye, I think that's an Origin one there.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Warzone.
Yeah, I've read a bit of that. They had a lot of Punisher comics in the 90s.
Yeah, that was the thing as well. You'd find Part 1 and Part 2, but you can never find Part 3 or the other way around.
I like War Journal the best.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Oh, I got a War Journal now.
Yeah.
I have more than I realised, actually.
Oh, those are the late War Journal. Pretty much any War Journal past 50 is actually pretty hard to find. I have 1 through 50, but oh yeah, that thing has some fucking crazy spine ticks on it. Yeah. That fucking art is whack on that.
Look at that one, Punisher of the Future.
Yeah, 2099 Punisher. Yeah.
I don't even remember buying that.
They did 2099 for everybody. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And oh, that one.
That's a good cover.
Oh, and then I got The Thing. Remember The Thing?
Yeah. Oh, like the movie?
Yeah, this is a sequel.
Oh, I haven't seen those before. I thought you meant like the Fantastic Four, The Thing, because I know he had a run.
Yeah, I don't particularly have I don't know. I don't know if anything I've got's worth anything. Probably not. But
yeah, pretty much the only Punisher comic that's worth anything is pretty much his first appearance, which is Amazing Spider-Man 129.
Yeah.
But that's a pricey comic. I paid $900 for that.
Well, he didn't have any superpowers, did he? He just had guns.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no messing about. It was like, no, these people are pieces of shit, and I'm going to get rid of them.
Well, it's the same with Batman. No, it's the same with Batman and Daredevil too, kind of. I guess Daredevil has fucking extra senses and shit, but those are always my favorite, though, the down-to-earth guys, right? Like, pretty much Punisher is my favorite, then probably, like, Daredevil, and I like Moon Knight a lot, and Batman. I always liked Wolverine a lot, but, liking Wolverine these days is like, okay, everyone, But, because I was a kid in the 90s, man, X-Men was my favorite thing, and now it's weird that we're in a world now where Avengers is more popular than X-Men, because that's fucking fucked.
Yeah.
Because back in the 90s, Avengers was down here, and X-Men ruled the fucking world. I think X-Men was even bigger than Spider-Man.
Yeah, you had in England you had Avengers on and Spider-Man on a Saturday morning. There, you know, you have cartoons sort of after school, children's TV or whatever. There would be another one. So sort of like from 9 till 11, there'd be different shows for kids.
Yeah.
You'd have like boy bands on there and crap like that. And then it would cut to a cartoon. And yeah, X-Men, like sort of 96, maybe 97.
Yeah.
You know, that classic.
They're doing another fucking X-Men fucking season now of that.
Yeah, I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for any of that shit.
See, I'm
you know they're gonna fuck it up.
I know they will, but
yeah,
there's that small kernel. But you know, because it was always pretty PC back in the day. Anyways, they didn't kill anybody. It's not like the comics. So as long as they get a couple of the same voice actors and keep the animation the same, then I'll be happy.
Yeah, look, it'd be nice to be proven wrong, but it's just it wouldn't make you. It just make you sort of statistically correct, you know, because like, well, okay, you got the one thing right, but it doesn't, you know, it's only noticing a pattern. But yeah, you know, if it's good, it's good. And
well, they are capable of making. Like, I like a couple of the MCU movies. Like, most of the Avengers movies are pretty good. The third fucking Thor movie was fucking great, I thought. And the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are fucking awesome.
That was good.
So they're not all misses. Like, a lot of it, though, I just don't care about. Like, I'm just like...
It's only really got bad in the last couple of years, really.
Well, but everything has, though.
Mm.
It's all this fucking censorship bullshit, right? So I just, you know, I wake up every day and I read comics. Like, I'm reading through the X-Men comics right now. And it's just like, you know, so I just go back. Just like with music, you know, everything sucks now, too. I don't really listen to anything current that much. I don't know. I haven't heard anything in a while that I really care about. But
here's a good one. What do you like any of the Punisher movies?
Oh man, I was actually just talking about that earlier. Yes, with the giant asterisk. So the Dolph Lundgren one is first. Yeah. It's all right. He doesn't have this fucking skull, although he does have it like 5 o'clock shadow skull. It's so stupid. But he never has the fucking skull on his chest or anything. And he lives in the sewer, and he's just a fucking whiner. He's just a depressing, mopey whiner. Some of the action's okay. It's okay.
It's a good 90s action.
Yeah. And then there's the Thomas Jane movie. Not bad. It's based on the Punisher Max fucking series, right? So it's got the same people from the hotel and everything. That's the trench coat. I'm not a big fan of the trench coat Punisher. I like black Kevlar Punisher, right? White gloves and white boots. Fuck off, all right? But but that movie, again, all he fucking does is fucking whine the whole time. I will say, though, they have Kevin Nash as the Russian, which is pretty fucking cool. And yeah, it's okay. I don't know. Not my favorite shit. But the video game of that movie is 10 out of 10. The video game is like, it's voiced by Thomas Jane, and you go through as the Punisher, and it's, you know, it was before Disney had any of that control, so it's fucking brutal, man. Like, you, like, torture people, and there will be, like, a fucking, like, a drill, and you can, like, get your information, then drill a hole in their head. You can, like, burn their head on a fucking, like, flapjack. You can toss them in an oven and burn them. You can throw them into the sharks, like, pop dudes' heads off and shit. It's fucking great. That's what the Punisher should be. So, giant asterisk at the video game is awesome. But then, Punisher Warzone is fucking amazing. It's great.
Oh, that's with the British actor playing him.
Yeah, Ray Stevenson.
That's it, Ray. Yeah, good film.
So, in that is Punisher. That is Punisher, like, Max. Like, that is, you know, Kevlar bodysuit. He has the skull. It fucking starts off, he's just fucking killing people in a room, fucking spinning around, and then
straight away, he's opening thing, bang on a table, beheads someone.
And then there's like that cop. There's like that cop. He's like, don't shoot him, Frank. And then he blows him in the face with a shotgun, blows his whole head off. He's like, what the fuck? You can't do that. Punisher would do that. He would. He won't kill cops. but no matter what you say, he's gonna kill the fucking, you know. So I love that movie. And Jigsaw in that was great. They toss him in the bottles. He's gonna crush, and that's even a better origin story than the comics. Because in the comics, he just gets fucking thrown through a window in Spider-Man, and then he gets cut up. Where in this, he's getting ground around in glass. It's like, oh, that's horrible. But the only thing that's fucking dumb in that movie is Looney Bin Jim, his like cousin. That guy's fucking stupid. It's like his little
that comedy element.
He's not in the comics or nothing. But the other thing that's awesome is that's the only one they have Micro in it. Micro was like his number 2, right? His fucking. He drives the van. He does all the technical work.
Yeah.
And he was played by.
I remember him. I think he's in that Ghost of Innocence that I mentioned earlier. Yeah.
I think so, but he's played by Newman from Seinfeld in that movie. So that movie's like a fucking 9 out of 10 for me. And just quickly on the Netflix Punisher, fuck that shit. Fuck him. Yeah. He is a horrible Punisher. I hate everything about him. The only parts that were good was in Daredevil. Daredevil is like the best comic book show. Daredevil fucking seasons 1, 2, and 3. It's perfectly accurate to the comics. Kingpin's awesome. Daredevil's awesome. It's just exactly what you want from Daredevil. It's fucking great. And they even have season 3 is amazing with Bullseye and everything. But Punisher is cool in that when he's a murderer and you barely see him, right? And then when Punisher got his own fucking show, he wears the skull 3 times in 2 seasons. 3 fucking times. And all he does is fucking whine and cry. Woe is me. And then in the second season, he's being bossed around by a little blonde chick the whole fucking time. I couldn't even get through it. It was so bad. And it was just like, and Punisher should be 6'2", 250 pounds, like the comics. He's a fucking big boy. In all the comics I read, he's bench pressing and squatting. There's this one scene. It's like, if me and the guy I'm versing are both well versed in martial arts, then whoever's fucking stronger is going to be the victor. So he's bench pressing and getting all fucking massive and jacked. So I like my heroes to be juicy. You know what I mean? I don't want a 150-pound Punisher.
That Ray Stevenson as well. I remember before Tom Cruise did Jack Reacher, we was talking once about who should play him, and one of my mates went Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson,
a new and I was like, no, the more that makes sense. Yeah, they're doing a series of that now, aren't they?
I've been a big fan of Ray Stevenson since like 2008 because I don't know if you ever seen Rome. It was a show called Rome, and he was one of like the Roman legionnaires in it, and he was just a wicked actor. That's like one of my favorite shows ever, Rome. If you ever get the chance.
He did a pretty good horror film as well called Outpost with ghost Nazis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's basically it's the place is basically just haunted, but ghost Nazis, and pretty cool film though.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another one around that time, and that was zombie Nazis as well. I can't remember which way round it was now.
I think it was like
pretty sure it was ghost Nazis.
Yeah, there was one with zombie Nazis. I think it's called like Dead Snow or something.
Dead Snow, that's it. Yeah, around that time there was another film called Outpost.
Yeah,
and definitely ghost. Yeah, because that was it. It's something to do with the radio frequencies. When the radios were a certain frequency, that's when they would come.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Like a long time, but
yeah, it was a long time when I watched it. But yeah, Ray Stevenson was in that anyway. But yeah, that was a good film.
But yeah, Punisher's pretty awesome. But I was pretty surprised because the guys in Witches Hammer were all like, Judge Dredd is better and would win, and I'm like, you guys are fucked. I was just like, no.
When did Spawn go downhill? What's the good? I've got like a collected. Let me go grab them for you quickly. One sec.
I went downhill pretty quick, even though I'm a huge fan. Look at all those goodies. Get a wrapping paper.
Yeah, these are the ones I got. These are the still pretty early. This was around the time when the film came out. So I got that one.
That's a classic cover. Oh, that's just a collected edition, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd be
so you
surprised
get a little...
what some of those collected editions go for.
Yeah, so that's your first.
Yeah. So compare that cover you just showed me to the new album cover, and you can see what I mean. With the green light around it, right?
Yeah.
No, like
this one inside.
Number 1. Yeah. That one you just showed me. Yeah, that one. Yeah. You can totally see with the green. Oh no, I meant the new Witches Hammer. But yeah, with that one too. Yeah. I just keep going. Yeah. See with the green. Totally see it. Yeah. But yeah, fucking. What does that go like 1 to 12 or something?
This is 1 to 4.
1 to 4. If you look on the back, it'll tell you at the bottom left corner. It'll be like collecting 1 to 10 or whatever. That one's probably
1 to 5. Then this was the next one. This is where you get a
lot of those will not have 10 in them. Yeah, that's first appearance of Overt Kill. I would say they're good until about 19. And then it kind of starts to get a little fucked.
And then you got and then I had that one.
Oh yeah.
And
some of those might be worth some money. You'd be surprised what some of those would go for, I bet.
This one finished with you remember his wife remarried his friend?
Yeah.
And this one he gets a phone call in the middle of the night. It looks like he's being blackmailed or something. And then I lost track. But it was always something I wish I kept up with, actually. Then you had a load of spin-off series as well, and it's so fucking hard to keep up with.
I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm a huge Spawn. When I was a kid, my favorite things were like X-Men, Blade, and Spawn. That was like my... I like Spider-Man and Batman too, but those 3 were like my favorites. But Spawn has never been really... Todd McFarlane, probably the greatest artist, not a very good writer.
Yeah.
His writing's fucked. But like the first couple Spawn were pretty good, and then he got like there's like Frank Miller and a bunch of like guest writers coming in. But then around like 1920, I started to get kind of like even bored. Cause like number 20 just gets fucking stupid. It's like who's the famous magic guy? Like the most famous magician, what's his name in the world?
David Copperfield or someone.
No, he was like
David Blaine.
No, I don't even know if he was real. He's like way older than those guys.
Oh, right, like Houdini or someone like that.
Houdini, that's it.
Yeah.
Spawn teams up with Houdini.
Oh,
to fight
hell.
To fight hell. And I was just like, it's like number 20, and I'm like, Spawn and Houdini versus the devil. I was just like, you lost me. Just like I said, I like the down to earth stuff, and the first 15 is like him in the alleys dealing with fucking dudes with guns, fucking protecting the bums, and then all of a sudden it starts to go like, we're going down to the 9th circle of hell, and now we're teaming up with Houdini, and now we're going to space, and I'm just like, I'm out. But have you seen the HBO show?
What, the animated one?
Yeah.
Bits and bobs. But,
okay. Here's the thing. The animated show is 10 times better than the comics. 10 times.
Okay.
It's fucking Todd McFarlane worked with them to do it. I think it's like 3.5 hours, all of it, maybe 4.5. And I
think a lot of it's on YouTube as well, isn't it? I bet now.
Yeah. And remember the Batman animated show, like the really dark one from the 90s?
Yeah, from the 90s.
Yeah, that's the same animation studio.
Oh, right.
So it's like the best animation studio with Todd McFarlane. So it takes a 1 episode or 1 comics fucking story arc and stretches it out. Like, you know, that Billy Kincaid, the child murderer rapist in that?
Yeah, the ice cream man. Yeah.
Yeah. And he dies in like one issue.
Yeah.
He's like there and then he's dead, right?
Mm.
In the HBO show, it's like 5 or 6 like fucking, you know, it's extended. And the Overkill is extended too, which is the best runs. And the voice acting's amazing. It's got Keith David as Spawn. But highly, highly recommended. Like, you know, like if you're looking to know the Spawn story, that's pretty much all you need is the HBO series, and then it ends on a total cliffhanger. But in the comics, it doesn't really get that much better. Spawn's going still too. It's at like 330, so it's
Fucking
like
hell.
I ain't reading
Yeah.
that.
So who's gonna? How do you collect all that? You know, and mind you, all good series normally end on a cliffhanger. So.
Well, they got the big collector's editions now that are out. But I don't know. But I can find it right now. Yeah, so I bought this. You can get this if you're. This isn't bad. It's like $75. It's new too, so. But it's like 1 to 50. But the only problem is they don't have the fucking covers. How the fuck you not gonna put the covers in this?
That's always the way.
Yeah.
There's always something missing. Don't get one, get the other.
But,
Well, so I don't really read any of these now, but I just thought I just know as soon as I get rid of them, my boy's going to get into it, and I'm going to be like, "Fuck, I had that," you know. So
yeah, that's the thing. You might as well just hold on to them, but especially if you just got those trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking comics are cool. Everyone in the band is into comics too. Like our vocalist Ray, like Witches Hammer, I bought a bunch of his comic collection. He had a big run of Spawn, and then like Marco grew up reading Conan the Barbarian. Big revelation there, right? Look at the fucking
Yeah,
guy.
I was gonna say. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
so that was big inspiration for all the earlier, you know, Witches Hammer covers and shit. And a lot of the lyrics in Witches Hammer are Conan the Barbarian.
I only realized I only found out the other day that Conan the Barbarian and Cthulhu are in the same universe.
I guess, yeah. I've never really read Conan very much.
No, neither did I. But the author, I forget the guy's name, Rob. I forget the guy's name. The guy that wrote Conan the Barbarian, him and H.P. Lovecraft were friends.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Not everything H.P. Lovecraft wrote, but apparently the Cthulhu mythos was somehow in the same universe. I don't know. I read that the other day. I didn't read. I went through the comics and there was no one saying this is bullshit. So they didn't kick a row off. So it must be something.
Here's some more knowledge about the new Witches Hammer novel. I wrote. Speaking of comics, I wrote lyrics for 2 songs. I wrote lyrics for Shadows of Time, the last song. That's about Apocalypse from X-Men. If you know who Apocalypse is. So, because Apocalypse's whole thing was he's the first mutant and he wants to wipe out all humanity and just have a race of humans. Right? So that's what that song's about. Just like pretty much bringing all the mutants together and fucking wiping out humanity. That's what that song's about. But I'm sure someone will try and twist it to some fucking alt-right fucking racist shit or something. But dude, it's about fucking apocalypse. Yeah. And then my favorite song on that is Fatal Attacker. That's just a fucking like if I had to explain like Witches Hammer in one song, I'd give Fatal Attacker to somebody.
Yeah,
the third song.
Yeah, the Stretching to Infinity was a good one for me.
Yeah, that's
blistering little solo at the end of that one.
Yeah,
and
but Fatal Attacker, it's just I think it's like 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and it's just fucking fast as fuck, no bullshit, knock your teeth out and fucking run away. You know, I've always had like kind of a thing, especially in Assimilation. No song should be over 3:30 unless there's a fucking good reason for it, right? So shorter and sweet is always better. And
that's pretty much the album, isn't it? I mean, the
yeah.
average running time is 2 minutes. The album just flies by.
Yeah, but the a little known fact, like back in the day, like Blasphemy and, you know, by extension, Witches Hammer, they all worshipped the movie The Warriors, right? You know that movie?
Yeah.
Right. So that was their whole. That was kind of like the life they lived back then, a little bit, from what I've heard, right? So I wrote Fatal Attacker is about the Warriors.
Oh,
it's
cool.
about like a gang. It's about a gang of dudes getting in a big fucking fist fight with another gang of dudes, and then everyone's in a fucking fight, and then, you know, the Warriors are about to win, and one of the other guys pulls out a switchblade, and then fucking Buddy gets the switchblade, kills all his buddies, and he gets the switchblade from, cuts his throat. He's covered in the blood, and he's the only guy left, like at the end of the fucking, you know, at the end of the fight, right? And that was the fatal attacker, the one bitch that pulled a knife on a fist fight. So
yeah,
but
cool
I thought
story.
that was cool. So yeah, and Witches Hammer, there's always a bunch of comic books and pop culture just fucking worked in. Whenever you think a song's about something, it's probably not.
Yeah.
So it's the same with Assimilation, right? I always thought it was cool too. There's back to the Punisher. There's Peace Cell or Holy Wars, the Punishment Due, Megadeth. The second half of that song is about the Punisher.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, the punishment. Is it the punishment due? Something like that. The second bit. Yeah, that he had two songs and he didn't know how to finish one and didn't really know what to do with the other, and then out of nowhere it just suddenly hit him.
Yeah.
Just join the two together. Just finish one. Just quickly lead into the X, and it just goes into one song.
Well, then the first album, "Killing Is My Business," that's the Punisher.
Mm. But yeah, he says that in his book as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole album's fucking amazing.
He always used to wear Punisher shirts back in the day and shit. So it's always been, or even like, I'm not the biggest Anthrax fan, but like the Judge Dredd song, that's their best song, man. I Am the Law. That's fucking awesome. Right. So whenever you wrap in the comic books into I think comic books and metal go pretty hand in hand a lot of the time, right?
Yeah, thinking of it. Darkness Descends by Dark Angel as well.
What's that?
The city is guilty. The crime is life. The sentence is death. Darkness Descends. That's the quote from Judge Death.
Oh, really?
That track's about Judge Death.
That's pretty funny. Look at this.
Yeah, cool.
He's got a broken leg, but what are you gonna do, right? But yeah, fucking yeah, that's pretty much what's going on out here. We should have some merch and shit out soon. I hope the vinyl's out soon, and then there will be a new Assimilation album coming.
I wanted to do a review of it, and this was it looked like it was the only thing at the time I could get hold of, so I'll do that. And but when the rest comes out, I'll do an unboxing and all that good stuff. So so we'll be expecting more formats of the new Witches Hammer album.
Yeah.
Devour of the Dead soon, and but there's already another album in the works, and another Assimilation album in the works as well. So
yeah, we got lots of cool stuff in the pipeline.
Yeah, so you'll be coming back on the show.
Next time I'll try and bring some of the other guys, but Marco couldn't make it. I think he was doing like a 9-hour arm workout, he said, so he's pretty busy.
Well, like I say, it's good. Always good having you on, man. And like I say, I can't believe it's been a year since we had you on last, but we'll definitely come on. But you'll have to join me for a Let's Talk About video. There's a series I have where I go through a band's back catalogue. Maybe we could do Massacre, something like that. We'll do those 3 albums. Talk through them. That'd be.
I actually need to. I haven't given the first album as much attention as I probably should. I've always just done Enjoy the Violence and their third album, But my one buddy Brent, he's like, that's his like favorite album ever. So need to give it another shot.
Yeah, maybe get Christmas out of the way, and then we'll
that could be fun too, because we could listen to those other 2 pile of shit albums and see if they're as bad as they look.
Yeah, all right, deal. Yeah, in the new year we'll sort out that day when you're free. We'll spend a week listening to them just to get reacquainted, and then we'll do that one. So that'd be cool in the new year. All right, man.
Yeah,
well,
more love. No one ever talks about that band ever.
No.
People bring up, Demolition Hammer. They bring up Solstice. They bring out Malevolent Creation. I never hear Massacre in those conversations.
Yeah.
Where Massacre, in my opinion, blows the shit out of all those fucking bands. In my opinion.
Yeah. Right. Well,
you got to put that disclaimer, right?
That's the show. So yeah, we'll do that in the new year. I'll chase you up on that. So
right.
Yeah, thanks for coming on as always.
Good time.
And viewers, thanks for watching Nightmare Cabin. Like I say, if you're a regular viewer, you know by now. But check out Witches Hammer, and definitely check out Assimilation.
Yeah, buy the
Death
shit.
thrash metal, and then thrashing speed blackness of Witches Hammer.
But it's not thrash.
And what's that?
I said it's not thrash. Remember the guy on YouTube?
It's not thrash. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
And lift weights, listen to metal, read
and
comics.
Don't listen to your government.
And don't, above all, listen to the government.
Yeah.
So, thanks
Cheers.
a lot, Jess. And we'll speak again soon. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. See you later.